Who got that inheritance deal in Arizona? The state of Arizona has 42,000 inheritance property record indexed at the Lead Cruncher under the tab Successor Data. We call it Successor Data, Inheritance, Pre-Probate. All of that refers to one thing. An individual whose name is on the title of a real property passed away, and the individual is still on the title. That's that simple. By definition, we call that pre-probate. But not every property that is posted as inheritance property record will go to probate. If there is a remainder spouse and they were joint tenants, then that's exempt from probate. If the property is in a living trust, it is exempt from the probate. Now, out of 10 property that is posted as inheritance property records, 3 out of 10 will end up in probate, sometimes after we post the record. So originally, they show up at Successor Data, and the tab next to it on Lead Cruncher is Probate List. You can think about a Successor Data as a preview of an upcoming probate case filing. Sure, they'll show up there first. What is in common? Somebody passed away, and there's nobody around to sign the deed because it was the only one or the last one on title, or they own the property in tenancy in common. The significance of this is that heirs can liquidate the properties that do not need to go to probate, or they can sell through joint tenancy faster. They don't need to talk to an attorney. They don't need to go to court. This will make it really easy. Most investors would rather buy the property in that category than if they have to go to court, if they have to deal with an attorney, offers are subject to court approval, and all those things that come with the probate case filing. Okay? Sometimes the attorneys make it very difficult. For example, they literally tell the family members, let's get an agent list the property and all that, because they want to put their own influence into the deal. You have all of this information at Lead Cruncher under the tab Successor Data. What I'm going to show you today is that because every 2 weeks we go through all those 42,000 records in Arizona, and anything that is sold or transfer title, we take those records and we filter them out. If you had the records, we put them in another folder for you. We say, My Data Sold, because we don't want to delete a record you had, so we put them under My Data Sold. But if you never had that record, we completely filter it out from our archive that you won't be able to buy it. There's no reason for you to buy a property that is already sold or transfer title. What is the definition of sale or transfer title? The last name is no longer on the title. By that, we say this property is sold or transfer title. Now, husband and wife on a title, same last name, obviously. If one person passed away, the other one wanted to clear the title or want to get a reverse mortgage. If they keep the last name there, we will leave it there. That problem is not over yet. It's just in another stage. Okay, having said all of this thing, let's go and see who got that inheritance property in Arizona. We're looking at the investor purchase properties only. Let's see how investors are doing. What are they paying for the property? What kind of a deal can you expect to get from Successor Data or inheritance property records? From California to Maricopa County in Arizona. We're looking at the property that was owned by Talbert Wilson. This is an inheritance property record. Mr. Wilson passed away some time ago, and on January 30th, 2024, Transformed LLC picked up this property for $380,000. Take a look at the Z estimate, $592,000. We're gonna fly to Scottsdale, Arizona. We're looking at the property that was owned by Pamela Suford. She passed away in 2022, and 3 Investments LLC picked up this property for $585,000. The Z estimate on the property is $748,000, and they bought the property directly from the family members. Let's fly to Glendale, Arizona. We're looking at the property that was owned by Michael Hernandez. Again, this is another Successor Data record. And the LLC that picked up this property is Zach Ventures LLC. They paid $262,000 for this property, and the Z estimate is $404,000. Property is in excellent shape, and you can see from the information that they bought the property directly from the family members for $262,000. Let's fly to Phoenix, Arizona. This property was owned by Mary Crouch, passed away on 10/15/2023. About a month later, JMJ Second Investment LLC picked up this deal for $460,000 with $240,000 gross equity over their head. Excellent deal. They bought the property directly from the family members. Let's go to Mesa, Arizona. This property was owned by Lawrence Bachelor, passed away in 2022, and Hauptmann LLC picked up this deal for $810,000 with $500,000 spread. Excellent deal. 800 to 1.3 million bucks. It's a great deal. And they bought this property by contacting the family members directly. From Mesa, Arizona to Tucson, Arizona, Pima County. We're looking at the property that was owned by Lawrence Berlin, passed away on 2/11/2023. 6 months later, KMC Enterprises LLC picked up this deal for $124,000. The property's estimate is $280,000, so they paid 50 cents on a dollar. Great deal, and they bought this property by contacting the family members directly. Again, this is another successor lead. Flying back to Phoenix in Maricopa County, we're looking at a property that was owned by James Nykamp, passed away on 10/10/2022, and 1 month later, PMP Property Investments LLC picked up this property for $575,000 with $300,000 gross equity. They contacted the family directly and they bought the property. Back to Tucson in Pima County. Francisco Rodriguez owned this property, passed away on 11/2/2023, and on 12/1/2023, Mr. Tucson Investment LLC picked up the deal. Most likely they contacted the family before there was even a funeral. But that's the reality with people. You can see the motivation. They sold the property for $175,000. The estimated value is $363,000. Phoenix, Arizona. Miss Blanche Lopez owned the property at 3046 Miss McKinley Street in Phoenix. And the LLC that bought this inheritance property is RD Real Estate Properties LLC. They paid $170,000 for this property. The Z estimate is $347,500. They paid exactly 50 cents on the dollar. They contacted the family directly and bought the deal. Another inheritance deal in Phoenix, Arizona. Property belonged to Alan Gotts. And the LLC that picked up this property on 11/20/2023 is Sam Javier LLC. He paid $80,000 for this deal, and the Z estimate is $229,000. Contacted the family directly and bought the deal. Folks, a lot of these deals have been purchased through direct mail. Make no mistake about it. Every single one of these properties were at one point available for you to get them as successor data, but now they are sold and transfer title. The good news is that there is 42,000 of them still there. Please help yourself. And if you need any help, let us know. If you like the content of this video, you'll find more videos like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help me in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guy. Please subscribe and help yourself with all my tools linked in the description. These are tools me and my teams have developed over the years. Tools I wish I had when I started in real estate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.